All right, everyone. I think we're ready to get started here. I wanted to give it a minute while folks were logging in. Everybody hear me? Jay, you hear me? Are we technically working properly here? Yes,
We are
let's
working
let's do it.
properly. We are. Oh,
Is,
no, we did that. Oh, wrong way. Let's see
is
that way
that
maybe now.
I don't
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cameras?
We've changed orders. I know the cameras rearranged from the practice. I know it's tricky now. Rick, how
Yeah.
you doing?
Anyway, hopefully we'll be more coordinated than what everybody just sadly witnessed. But hey, everyone, thank you for taking the time today. As you can see, I'm joined by Jay Baer. Jay is not only a marketing guru and well-respected expert in our field, he is also an author and friend of the business. And so really excited to have Jay join us today. I'm going to turn this whole thing over to Jay here shortly to have him go through what we've got lined up over the coming months, but I can't tell you how excited I am to be joined by Jay and to be talking about what we're here to talk about today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rick Carlson. I'm the founder and CEO of SharpSpring. If you don't know who SharpSpring is, well, we're a marketing automation company. And what has separated us from others out there is that we built our entire business around marketing agencies, digital marketing agencies. So today we work with about 2,000 agencies. We've built our whole business around agencies. It affects everything we do. We love the business that we're in, and we're excited to be bringing some really great content to all of you to help us all run better agencies. So we just got done with an agency roundtable series that we've been doing for the last few months, really since the pandemic started. And today we're here to launch the Agency Acceleration Series, where we are, as you are about to find out, taking it to an entirely different level here with this series. So can't wait to tell you about it. Before I do, I'm going to just say a couple words about Jay. I want to point you to Jay's new book, Talk Triggers. Talk Triggers. It's right. Look at that subtle product placement just over
Thank
his
you.
right shoulder there. You
Professional.
may notice. Hey, on another note, on a personal level, I want to thank Jay. You'll notice he's wearing some Spring swag today. This is entirely off brand for Jay. To see
Entirely off brand.
Jay not in plaid it's a remarkable thing. He may stumble over his words. There may be other strange effects from him not being in plaid. I'm uncertain, but we all appreciate it very much. Thanks for
You know
that,
that
Jay.
show, Rick? You know that show, Naked and Afraid? Do you ever see that where they drop people off in the woods with no clothes at all,
If
and they have to survive?
I knew
That's
about it,
how I feel right now. Yeah.
all right. If I knew about it, I wouldn't acknowledge it. Yes, I've seen every show. I've seen
That's
every.
how I feel without the plaid sport coat. But
But
I will persevere on behalf of Sharp Spring.
all right. Well, it is appreciated over here for sure. So if you haven't, if you're not aware of it, check out Jay's book, Talk Triggers. It's all about the power of word of mouth and what that means in referral business and how you can use that to better your results. So look, we've got a ton to talk about. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Jay, and I'll be coming back and chiming in here as things go on. So take it away, Jay.
Oh, thanks so much, Rick, and terrific to be here with all of you. Appreciate your attention and your interest in this series. As Rick mentioned, we're really excited about what we've put together for you, stretching across really the whole entirety of the rest of 2020. It's called the Sharp Spring Agency Acceleration Series. The premise was, how can we bring together an unbelievable collection of thought leaders and experts and tap into their knowledge on behalf of SharpSpring customers, potential SharpSpring customers, and agencies of all kinds throughout the world. And so that's exactly what we did. I'll note right now that what I'd love for you to do before we get any farther is go to sharpspring.com/acceleration. Just open another browser window, go to sharpspring.com/acceleration, which will sign you up for the entire series. You'll get notifications before each of our programs, which are on approximately every 1 to 2 weeks throughout the rest of the year. I'll show you the schedule here in just a minute. Again, sharpspring.com/acceleration. Now, Rick, before I show everybody the cast of characters that we have assembled Avengers style for this program. I just want to ask you candidly why you wanted to do this, right? This is a serious effort. People are going to be amazed at the collection of experts that we have put together for this agency acceleration series. It wasn't easy. It's not going to be easy. Why would you want to do this?
Yeah, thanks for the softball, Jay. Look, this is something that we're excited about because for Sharp Spring, having healthy agency partners is how we have a healthy business. I mean, we are intertwined with the success of our agency partners, and I think they know that, and so. For us, we started just a few months ago with the Agency Roundtable series, and that was sort of a huge hit. And it was about agencies being able to ask other agencies and experts like some of the ones in here about how to run a successful business. We covered all kinds of topics from landing new customers to negotiating contracts and pricing and strategy and there's so much. So that series is out there. You can check that out. This is, as we said, a whole different level. I don't want to steal your thunder, but and so I'm going to let you talk about who we've got on this series. But it's the core principle is our shared relationship with our agency partners and wanting to see every one of our partners succeed as as individual businesses that are out there. I wake up in the morning and I know that the work that we do at Sharp Spring and the work that our agency partners do around the country and around the world actually helps other businesses and helps and by definition helps those businesses grow and become successful and hire people. And so we collectively, everybody on this webinar right now does that kind of work, and that gets me energized. And anything that we can do to support that with our agencies is what we're excited about doing. I realize just now I'm looking at Jay in a 2-inch camera at the picture at the bottom. I don't know how that's coming off to you guys, but if you're wondering where the heck I'm staring this whole time, it's mini Jay in the bottom of my monitor. I'll try to break that habit. So that's our impetus, Jay.
Well, we're excited, and thank you for putting the time, money, and effort into doing this. I think everybody's going to really benefit from it. One thing I should mention, it's not just enough that we're going to have all these thought leaders talking about best practices for agencies. You can also win a sign, not just any copy, a signed copy of one of the books published by these thought leaders, including my book, Talk Triggers, which you see there top left. Thanks for the plug, Rick. All you have to do is at some point during this series, which I'll tell you about in just a second, sign up for a demo, attend a demo of the Sharp Spring software, which, trust me, is worth your time, because I personally, Jay Baer, my team at Convince and Convert, we use Sharp Spring in our own business every single day. It is a terrific platform, very multifaceted. It will be a demo that you will appreciate and learn a lot from. Attend a demo, and you're going to get a signed copy of one of the books written by one of the participants in this series. That is a smoking deal. How would you do that, friends? Well, go to sharpspring.com/acceleration, sign up, say you want to do a demo, We'll send you a signed book, maybe a book from me, Jay Baer. All right, let's talk about who's going to be on this program. I'm really excited. I'm going to adjust my chair for just a second. First up, 1 week from today, the legend, the superstar digital marketer Neil Patel is going to join us, kicking off the official Agency Acceleration series next week on the 12th. Neil's recognized as one of the top entrepreneurs and digital marketers in the world. Probably everybody or nearly everybody who's tuning in today is familiar with Neil's work. He is terrific. He's going to do a 45-minute live stream Q&A with Rick right here on the same platforms, the same channels. Going to talk about how to optimize conversion rates for your clients, a subject that he knows as much about as perhaps anybody in the world. Could not be more excited to have Neil kick us off. Then the next session, somebody who is well regarded as one of the very, very top experts on the agency business in North America, a true thought leader in that area, David C. Baker. He's going to do a session on August 26th, again, right here. all about how to position and reinvent your agency in the creative space and in the digital space. Agency positioning is really where he is a true genius. I've spent a lot of time with his work in the past, and it really gets your attention. I've learned a lot about how to position my own agency from DCB. You're going to love hearing from him if you haven't. August 26th, right here. It's going to be a 15-minute course, right? A 15-minute lesson from David on Zoom, which we'll ask you to register for, and then a live stream Q&A right back here with Rick. So a 15-minute lesson on Zoom, and then a live stream Q&A right here with Rick. That is August 26th with David C. Baker. After that, my good friend Tom Martin, one of the greatest experts out there on social selling and what he calls propinquity, which is using what you can learn from your prospects in social media and in digital to build your agency. He is outstanding at proposal design and development and at agency biz dev. Tom's going to do a session on September 2nd, right back here. Same deal, 15-minute lesson on Zoom, and then a live stream Q&A right here with Rick. That is Tom Martin. Don't miss that one. Then my good friend Shama Hyder, who is one of the best regarded digital marketers and young entrepreneurs in the United States. She's been recognized as one of LinkedIn's top 10 voices in all of marketing for 4 years in a row by LinkedIn, which is extraordinary. She has hundreds of thousands of social connections, is a columnist for Forbes, Inc., and a bunch of other places, multiple-time author. Shama is going to do a session on how to drive momentum for your agency and for your clients. Lots of social media expertise as well. Don't miss that one. Shama's going to be here to do a 45-minute live stream Q&A with Rick on September 16th. Then Drew McLellan, who runs the Agency Management Institute, AMI, one of the gurus of the agency business, has helped dozens, hundreds of agencies succeed and build their business. Drew works with a couple hundred agencies every single year, has a relatively new bestseller called Sell with Authority, which is all about how agencies can generate more revenue. That's going to be on September 30th, a 15-minute lesson, and then a live stream Q&A with Rick. Rick, before I get into the back half of the program, any comments on the folks we've unveiled so far?
Yeah, thank you. I was almost going to butt in there, but I appreciate you throwing it back to me. Guys, as you can see, we have the top thought leaders, the top experts in our field here to talk to you. And this is just the first half. We got the second half coming here that Jay's going to talk about. And you'll notice that the topics, this is all about building a healthier agency. This is all about landing more customers, making your agency profitable, running it from an operations perspective in the most efficient way possible. This is just exactly what the whole part of the whole focus of the series. There's a reason we call it the Agency Acceleration Series. The second thing I wanted to say about this is we need your help. So you can help in two ways. You can help us shape the conversation. When you sign up, and Jay will list the URL once again or several times again, I'm sure, as we move forward, you'll have a spot there where you can actually ask some questions. And then as we send you reminders about it, there's another, you'll have another opportunity. You can ask your questions. We will curate the questions, see which questions or what type of question is the most popular, and we're going to use that to steer the conversation with each of these experts, okay? So help us shape the conversation. We want everything to be as relevant and helpful as it can be to each of you as those running agencies and working within the agency environment. The second way you can help us is, hey, spread the word. Please help us. You are all social animals in our industry, right? So please promote this. This is perhaps the greatest assembly of marketing minds that has been assembled to talk about how to run an agency. And so spread the word, please. And you can do that as well. You'll have social sharing, images and content as well available to you when you sign up. So those are the two things I'd like to say. Keep going, Jay. I'm excited to see the second half.
Thanks so much, Rick. Yes, as Rick mentioned, we will give you the opportunity to ask questions of these experts. So certainly we'll prepare some questions as well, but we really want to know what you want to know from them. So for each of these programs, every week or 2 weeks, you'll have the opportunity to ask your own questions. So save them up. You're like, you know what, I've always wanted to ask Drew McLellan is this. Bring it with you or indicate it in the landing page. And then we would love for you to share this with not only your own team or your clients or other people in the agency community. One thing about agencies is that they tend to know lots of other agencies. We'll give you some social media graphics, and we would really love it if you would make sure that as many people as possible know about this program. We would really thank you for that. So after Drew, our next guest in the Agency Acceleration series will be the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chris Brogan, New York Times bestselling author of 9 books and counting. He recently re-released the 10th anniversary edition of his seminal book, that's my book, Trust Agents. This 10th anniversary edition of Trust Agents just came out. Terrific foundational book for social media in particular. Chris is going to talk about, and I love this topic, what SMBs want from agencies, what they actually want to get out of agencies. Such an important concept, especially now in the world that we're living in, which has changed so much. That's going to be on October 7th, a 15-minute lesson from Chris on Zoom, and then a live stream Q&A right here with Rick. After Chris, somebody who needs very little introduction, Rand Fishkin, named one of the top 30 best young tech entrepreneurs under 30 by Businessweek, founder of Moz, now the founder of SparkToro, an influencer identification platform, which I highly recommend. I love the software. He's going to do a whole session on best practices for influencer marketing and search engine optimization, topics that so many agencies need to continue to get better at. 45-minute live stream Q&A right here with Rick. Make sure you take advantage of the opportunity to ask Rand your questions. He's terrific at Q&A. He wants to answer your questions, so please tee those up not only in advance on the web address, but also on the day of the program on the live stream.
Hey, before we leave, before we leave Rand here,
yes, sir.
We used his platform when we talked about doing this series.
Yes, good point. We did.
So you mentioned his platform and how valuable it was. We used it, and it absolutely is. It really helps you, understand who people are listening to and who has influence and so forth. So I'm excited to be talking to Rand, obviously, as well. But keep going, Jay.
After Rand, we're going to have Jason Swenk, and Jason hosts the Smart Agency Masterclass podcast, which I highly recommend to all of you in the agency community. It's all of his work really focuses on how to build digital agency business, and he draws no quarter. He suffers no fools. It is factual. It is smart. It is sharp. His advice is truly first class. That's going to be October 21st. Again at noon, how to grow and scale your agency. Who doesn't need some of that medicine? A 15-minute lesson on Zoom, followed by a live Q&A right here with Rick, Carlson, Jason Swenk. Then we're going to dip even deeper into the SEO pond with Ann Smarty. Ann is a content marketing guru whose work has been featured in the New York Times, in Mashable, and in Search Engine Land. She also writes on our site, Convince and Convert, on occasion. In my estimation, one of the true smartest, best, easiest to understand, easiest to implement their advice, true SEO gurus, and I don't use that word lightly, working today. Anne has forgotten more about search engine optimization than almost any of us will ever know. She's going to do a whole session just on SEO for agencies. So what you need to know to either sell SEO services to clients or how to optimize your own agency websites even better. Incredibly valuable advice. A 15-minute lesson on Zoom, followed by a live stream Q&A right here with Rick. Cannot wait to hear from Anne. That is one where I will be taking a lot of notes myself. And then to fulfill our quota of Anns for this session, America's marketing sweetheart and my good pal, Ann Handley, digital marketing pioneer, Wall Street Journal bestselling author, owner of a spectacular tiny house, and also the chief content officer at Advice Powerhouse Marketing Profs, and also a fantastic, fantastic person. And Handley is going to join us, a whole session on how you can create ridiculously good content, something that we all need to know and understand, especially as content norms are changing in almost real time. I can't wait to see her in a 45-minute live Q&A with Rick. That is going to be spectacular. Really, lots and lots and lots of fun.
I may ask
Rick,
her
any
about
comments
the
on this
tiny
match?
I may ask
yeah,
her
ask for
about
the tiny house. Yeah,
I got it.
it's very cool. It's very cool. Before we get to our anchor leg here, any comments on this batch, Rick?
No, I mean, just like I have to say, across the spectrum of disciplines here, I'm particularly excited about the previous Ann's topic on SEO.
Oh, and Smarty, yeah, so good.
SEO from somebody like me, it's so squishy. You're right. The results that you get, it's almost faith-based or something here, where you're doing work. I can't wait to talk to Ann about that, and hopefully she's got. I'm certain she'll have concrete, actionable content for all of us, and the idea that she can focus not only on those two topics of selling to SEO services to clients, but also utilizing it for your agency. I mean, it's the cobbler's children with shoes, right? We all need to do work on our own businesses as well. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. After Ann Handley, we have Amy Landino, marketing superstar, best-selling author, host of award-winning YouTube series Amy TV. She is just absolutely on a rocket ship of fame, attention, expertise. She's just crushing it out there. Amy is going to do a session on how to sell video services to clients. So what's the one thing probably every single agency client needs to be better at? I would argue video. Amy's going to help you tap into that with a 15-minute lesson followed by a live stream Q&A right here with Rick Carlson. Cannot wait. We hand selected Amy for her expertise and her professionalism. It's going to be an amazing session. I know so many of you are like, yeah, we're kind of we have our toe in the pool of video, and we're trying to help clients a little bit, but we need to take it to the next level. It's going to help you do just that. And then Karl Sakas. Karl is similar to Jason Swenk and Drew McLellan, has really focused his professional career on helping agencies succeed. Same with David C. Baker. He is an agency business expert, a keynote speaker, author, and a virtual event trainer. I think where Karl is different from David C. Baker, really focused on positioning, Tom Martin and Jason Swenk more on agency business development. Karl's expertise is really on agency operations. How can you run your business more efficiently and effectively? And boy, who isn't in line for that? I know I will be first in line for this session. Karl's got a relatively new book on the same topic, which is spectacular. I highly recommend it. On December 2nd, my wife's birthday, Karl Sakas, a 15-minute lesson and a live stream Q&A with Rick right here. That's going to be a good one. Rick, you've done some stuff with Karl in the past, yeah?
Yeah, we had a couple of these guys, Jason Swank and Karl Sakas, on our roundtable series. I'm telling you, they were both incredibly valuable, and they could not have been more different. Even where and the difference wasn't conflicting information or conflicting directions. In fact, it was very consistent between them, but the take on any given topic sort of, you could tell, was coming from a different set of eyes, and the combination of the two really helped to round out learnings in various areas. So I think you're exactly right. Karl has more of an operational spin on things and very, very practical things that you can do today for your business, and ways of thinking that are pretty interesting. Same with Jason, just in a different tack. So you're going to get value out of each of these guys. I'm still looking at Jay down there in my 1-inch mini J window. I can't break it. We'll figure that one out.
You'll fix it by the time Neil comes next week. Don't worry.
That's right.
It'll be terrific. And then we are so delighted to announce that our final guest in the Agency Acceleration series will be Seth Godin, author of 19 international bestsellers, one of the most popular blogs in the world. Seth's work has impacted, I would argue, almost every digital marketer working today. A true superstar. We're so delighted to have Seth as part of this series. He's going to do a live stream Q&A right here with Rick on the future of agencies. Where are we headed? What is the next iteration of the agency business? Nobody peers into the crystal ball like Seth Godin, whose seminal work, Permission Marketing, actually created the email marketing industry in a lot of ways, which then facilitated the marketing automation business that SharpSpring is obviously inhabiting. So without Seth, I would argue none of us would be here, perhaps. And so we are really, really honored to bring Seth Godin to each and every one of you as part of the Agency Acceleration series. That's going to be pretty cool, eh, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, what a way to end the series, right? It is going in with a bang, exiting with a bang, and everything in the middle, I think, is absolutely top notch as well. So if it's not obvious, folks, we have put in a tremendous amount of work lining up these folks for us all to learn from. Absolutely could not be more excited about every one of these speakers. I should take this moment to thank each and every one of them for agreeing to do this with us. It's pretty fantastic. It's a pretty fantastic lineup, and it's going to be a great next couple of months for certain, right?
No question. All the way through December 10th is Seth session. So let me recap briefly for us all. Sharpspring.com/acceleration. Go to sharpspring.com/acceleration to sign up for the series. You'll be notified for each of the events. And then if you, at some point during the series, and we certainly recommend that you do so, do a demo of the SharpSpring software. And again, I use it myself. I recommend it. You will like the demo. Trust me on that. You will get a signed copy of one of the books from one of our participants in this incredible series. You could get one of Seth's books. You could get my book. You could get Swenk's book. You could get Shama's book. You get to choose, and it will be a signed copy of that book. So again, friends, go to sharpspring.com/acceleration. Rick, I want to get everybody out of here in just a moment, but there's a couple of questions I wanted to address that people have mentioned. One, and I guess we probably should have struck this note a little earlier, harder. Is there a fee for these sessions? Like, are we charging people for this? And the answer is no.
Of course not. Yeah, no, absolutely not. This is about us all learning together. It's free. You don't have to be a SharpSpring partner. You got to come to the table with an interest in learning about marketing and learning how to run a healthy agency. And that is the entry fee. If you want to help us, you can help us. Help us shape the conversation. Help us promote the heck out of this thing to anybody that you think of would find value. That's the only payment that we need for something like this. So come with a curious mind, and we're excited to have you on board.
Which is, free is a pretty good price for this, because as somebody who speaks at a lot of conferences, if you lined up all of these experts at a conference and said, we're going to sell a ticket to the conference, it would be a significant expenditure. So it is pretty remarkable that we're doing all of this. You just got to tune in. On a related question, how do I know when this is happening? So go to sharpspring.com/acceleration, which you should see on the screen right below me, and then we will send you a reminder before each session. So if you're like, when was Shama again? We're going to let you know, and you can tune in for that session. Best practice, though, I would suggest, is to put all of them on your calendar now, all the way through Seth's session, December 10th. That way you have them. But go to sharpspring.com/acceleration, and you will make sure to get a reminder. Other question: where are these going to happen? So, as you noted in the program, many of our guests are going to do a lesson, and that lesson will be on Zoom. And you will be sent a link to the Zoom recording, just like any other Zoom meeting you've been to in the history of your life. You'll have a Zoom meeting. And then in every case, in all 12 of our programs, there will be a live streamed portion right back here where you're seeing this right now. So it might be on the Sharp Spring LinkedIn page, the Sharp Spring Facebook page, also the LinkedIn page or Facebook page or even Periscope page of the guests. So you'll be able to tune into the live stream in multiple different places that you choose to do so. On a related note, somebody asked in the chat, well, what if I know it's live stream, but what if I can't make it live? Are you going to record this? Yes, we will absolutely record all of them and make sure that you get access to that recording afterwards. However, two notes. One, you've got to get into the Zoom to be part of the lesson. So I suggest you do that live. And if you want your question to be asked, we'll suggest that you give us questions ahead of time. It would be fantastic if you tune into the live stream, because then you can ask the question in real time as well. So we encourage you to tune in live if you can. But we understand different time zones. You got things going on. You're not going to probably be able to tune into all of them live. So we'll send you a recording, as you might suspect. Yeah?
You know, simply put, live is better, right? Live's better. We're going to try to make it as interactive as we possibly can, but we also understand that that's not practical. I mean, we're all running businesses, right? So on any given week, you may not be able to make it. No problem at all. You'll have the recorded session. So we want as many people as possible to be able to see and learn from this content. So, yep.
Last question, and this is a good one, and I know this, having been part of this kind of thing before. What if I'm not in the United States? Can I still get a book? And I'm happy to announce, Rick, I don't even know if you knew this part, that yes.
I don't know the answer to this.
The answer is yes. So even if you were in Argentina, we will send you a book, which is a big deal that you guys probably don't recognize, but it is hard and expensive to send books outside the U.S. As an author, I can do a whole diatribe on this, but Sharp Spring is making the investment accordingly. So if you do a demo of the software, we will send you a signed book wherever on the planet you happen to reside. If you are not of the planet, no promises. If you're an interstellar agency, you're probably out of luck in that case. But if you're on Earth, we will get you a book.
Thank you for covering that last point, Jay. I appreciate it. It was a very, very thorough answer. I actually didn't know the answer to that question. I'm speaking about the interplanetary agencies that we may have.
You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Good coverage there. Super pleased with the answer to that question. I didn't know it, but that's how it should be. We have partners all over the world. Actually, we're in 120, 100 and some odd countries. So that's exactly how we should be. And I'm so glad somebody in our marketing department figured out a way to make that happen.
Figured out how to do it, yeah.
As well. So not surprising given our team, but pleased to hear that answer. That's great.
Yeah, so. It's deceptively difficult, but I appreciate everybody doing it. So let's get everybody out of here, Rick, and get people tuned up for next week with Neil. As we conclude, just on my own behalf, I just want to say thank you to you and Sharp Spring and the marketing team for putting this together. It's been a real privilege to work on this with you. Can't wait to see where we end up with this by the time Seth's done in December. It's going to be a heck of a series. But closing remarks from you as we tune out.
Yeah, I guess I would just say right back at you, and on the thank yous. It is so, and to our agency partners, it is so gratifying. We only launched our business 6.5 years ago. That's a full decade later than some of these other companies that you may have heard of. I'm told I shouldn't mention competitors on these things, so I'll just be cagey about who they might be. So we've only been doing this now for 6.5 years, and to be at a stage where we can pull something like this off and help our 2,000 agency partners and the other agencies that don't yet know about us or haven't yet joined us, and talk to some of these folks is just it's a dream. I mean, it wasn't very long ago when I was just blown away that we had 50 agencies that were willing to take a chance on our business and work with us. That was not that long ago. So I couldn't be more excited. I think that's obvious. Starting out next week with Neil, I mean, holy cow, right? So really, really great. Everybody, please, if you haven't done so, sharpspring.com/acceleration. And we will look forward to seeing you next week. But thank you guys for taking the time for today's announcement. And we'll look forward to seeing you regularly over the next few months. You want to try that?
Let's see. Yeah, this way now. Yeah, this way.
If we do this.
Yeah, you're covered. There we go.
This is working. Okay, good.
There we go.
Good event here. Thanks so much. See you guys soon.